Hi there, my darling Scorpios. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to your reading for the week of January the 5th, 2026. So, my darling Scorpios, we're just going to jump right in and start off with an overarching energy using the Psychic Tarot by John Holland. Then we'll move on to my 3-card spread using my tarot cards here and then finish off with angel answer cards. All right, my darling Scorpios. What messages does Scorpio need to know for this week of the 5th of January, 2026? What does Scorpio need to know? Throat chakra. So, my darling Scorpio, so this card comes up when we need to speak our truth, or when maybe there's something with our throat that, could be happening. If you've got a sore throat, cold, something like that. Usually, though, anything to do with your throat, and Louise Hay was a big believer of anything to do that's happening with your body is to do with something, bigger than that. So, you have a sore neck, she used to say, who's being a pain in your neck, and things like that. So, I feel with this throat chakra, you're being encouraged this week to speak your truth. And, if we get the Ace of Swords, or we get, some other, maybe the King of Swords or Queen of Swords, that would be a confirmation to speak your truth, my darling Scorpios. So let us consult the tarot and see what messages we've got coming in for you, my darling Scorpios. What does Scorpio need to know for this week of the 5th of January, 2026. Three of Pentacles, Strength, and the Nine of Swords. Yeah, I see this. I see, said the blind man. I see what's happening. All right, my darling Scorpios, what I'm going to do is give you the meaning of each of the cards, and then I'm going to intuitively put the reading together for you. So you start off here with the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles is all about teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work. And, for you, it's also about putting your work on display as well, a card of quality work. So what I feel here in this reading is that you're being encouraged to work with other people, I feel, or, work with other people on projects or any things like that. But I'm also feeling that, it's time for you to put your work on display, my darling Scorpios. What are you producing here? Be proud of what it is that you're producing. Whether it's, doesn't have, could be a hobby. It could be, it could just be your children. Are you proud of your children? Put them on display, show the world. Be proud of what you have created, my darling Scorpios. And I don't know why that popped into my head, but it did, about, being proud of your children. They are part of your creation. So if that's something that you want, that you're wanting to be proud of and put them on display, do it. Because that's what popped into my head, and I would never normally get that off the Three of Pentacles. So I read intuitively. Whatever pops into my head, I will say. So, but I am feeling here that you're being encouraged to put your work on display, or with that throat chakra card, you're being encouraged to put your work, or tell someone you want to put your work on display. Use your voice, my darling Scorpios. Use your voice to get your work on display here. Or, you may need to, and when I say throat chakra, tell people, this is what I've done. Look at how far I have come here. So I don't know why that's popped into my head, but it has. So go with it, my darling Scorpios. And then you have the Strength card here. So, you can see this infinity symbol here. Strength is not about brute strength, my darling Scorpios. Strength is about your inner strength and how you have built that inner strength, how you have tamed your inner voice to be able to speak your truth, my darling Scorpios. That's what I feel. This and that throat chakra card are connected. You are being encouraged to tame your inner demons, your inner beast, your inner talkings to yourself. And that's the thing. Speaking your truth is not just speaking externally. It is also how you speak to yourself, my darling Scorpios. So what I'm feeling here is that you need to be mindful of how you're speaking to yourself, as well as how you speak about yourself to other people, if that makes sense. I feel that you need to know that you are stronger than you know, and that you have the courage and that you have the inner strength. You have the strength to be able to speak your truth, my darling Scorpios, if that makes sense. To be able to put forward your ideas with confidence, with conviction, my darling Scorpios. I do hope that makes sense, because it makes sense in my head, but, I'm just the reader here. And then you've got the Nine of Swords, and I feel this is what the anxiety and the worry and that you've been going through, because you haven't been able to speak your truth, my darling Scorpios. So hopefully that makes sense here, because I feel that you've been in a cycle of sleepless nights, of worry, of anxiety, because there's something you want to say. There's something you want to get out there. There's something you want to put out into the world, but you feel that you can't say it. You feel that you can't speak it. You can, my darling Scorpios. Lose this energy. It is no longer serving you. You have, with what I'm seeing here, you have the strength to release this energy, get rid of it. Speak from your truth, my darling Scorpios. Let this energy go. It's no longer serving you. So if I'm going to put it all together, you're definitely being encouraged to speak your truth with this throat chakra card here. This is what's been holding you back. You have been worried about speaking your truth. Release it. Let it go. You have all the strength you need, all the inner strength, my darling Scorpios. You have the sign of infinite possibilities. You can do whatever it is that you want to do, and you need to trust that you have the inner strength to speak your truth and get your message across and put your work on display, because it's going to be very well received, is what I feel, my darling Scorpios. But you need to be able to speak it out there into existence first. So yeah, beautiful reading is what I feel here for you, my darling Scorpios. And I do feel the strong message here is speak your truth, and be mindful also of how you speak to yourself, because the universe is always listening, my darling Scorpios. So if you're enjoying the reading so far, please do give it a thumbs up. I would love it if you could please like, share, comment, subscribe. My goal for my channel this year is to monetize it, and I need your help to do that. I need you to please watch all my videos all the way through, from start to finish. When you only watch a couple of seconds or a couple of minutes of the video, it kills my channel, kills it. So please, if I can ask you to do one thing for me, help me get monetized, and please watch all my videos all the way through. Thank you. All right, let's get final messages for you. Be assertive, they say. Yes. I mean, there it is right there. You need to assert yourself. Three of Pentacles. If you believe, my darling Scorpios, ask, believe, receive. Nothing is going to happen if you don't believe that you can do it. The situation will improve. Love this. I feel that the situation will improve because you've got the Three of Pentacles there. You will be put on display, or your work will be put on display, my darling Scorpios. Within the next few weeks, they say, you've got a yes. Love this for you. This is beautiful, progressive energy coming in for you, my darling Scorpios. You just need to get out of your head and realize that it's no longer serving you. Get out of it. Release it, let it go, speak your truth, my darling Scorpios, and you will not go wrong. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I'll be back again soon.